Josh Cameron, Baylor wide receiver, walk-on, great story, unbelievable story. Joins us with Craig and Paul, David Smoke on 365 Sports. Josh, thank you very much for your time. So you're kind of in between the offseason and eventually what you guys do when you get to practices in spring. What is your schedule? What are you doing right now?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So this is winter or spring training, whatever you want to call it. So right now we're just doing basically just lifting, working out, just kind of getting field work, kind of those kind of things. So right now I'm lifting kind of in the afternoon. So I go to class in the morning, kind of go throughout my day. Then in the afternoon, that's when I have my lift. And then most of the time I'm doing extra field work, whether that be catching some balls or just getting extra footwork, things like that. And then so yeah, no, that's kind of what it is right now. So it's a lot of on your own time, I guess you could say. So it's pretty intense, I guess you could say, starting off. So Coach Vic and the crew is definitely getting us right for sure, though.
Josh, you began your career as a walk-on, and that is something that's changing in college football about how many guys will be walk-ons and how many guys will be on scholarship with the new roster limits and all of that. What was the hardest part of your journey, and what part do you think really made you the player you are today?
Hardest part of my journey. Honestly, I would say really just the transition from high school to college. I think that's the hardest part, really, for every player. Just getting adjusted to the speed of things, getting adjusted to the tasks that basically are required at hand. It's a lot. And then being a walk-on, you're already basically starting at a disadvantage compared to other scholarship guys. So I think just using that extra level of work and dedication really just to propel me forward was the biggest thing. I think going back to literally just being a walk-on in general is kind of what pushed me to be the person I am today. I just remember back in freshman year, it would be after really every practice, me and Jonah, my former teammate, would just be working out, getting extra work, basically all the time, just always remember what the goal is, and that is to get on scholarship. So I think really just the journey and just the grind and the unseen was the biggest thing that really just made me who I am today. And so I just always carry that with me, especially now, knowing the position I'm in today, always just looking back and thinking about the journey. So that's what really just keeps me going, just really just propels me even more to take that next step and to keep on pushing forward.
Josh, what's sort of the motivation and I guess just the feeling coming off of last season? Certainly successful in a lot of ways, some games that you probably wish you would have had back. And the ending, obviously, I know that LSU was a big opportunity and that didn't go the way that you guys wanted. But how are you just feeling about the totality of it all, and how does that carry you into the offseason, so to speak?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm really proud of the guys last year and the team last year for really just sticking through the ups and the downs. Starting 2-4 definitely wasn't what we wanted or planned, but I'm saying after that bye week, I could just definitely feel an energy shift in the team, and guys were really bought in. So then after the Texas Tech game, we just kept on stacking. So it was definitely huge. And then kind of moving forward, I think guys are just realizing what we're capable of. The guys that came back, and then those guys are spreading that to the new guys that came along. The transfers, freshmen, things like that, and just creating a different culture of like, all right, this is what we're about, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to accomplish it now. So I think that has been a huge kind of game changer moving into this off season. So there's a whole lot of motivation. I'm saying? Obviously, the end goal is to win the Big 12 championship, to go to the national championship and beyond. I'm saying? So that's kind of my personal goal for this team, and I just want to truly give back to Baylor because it's given me so much. So that's something I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to winning that Big 12 championship for sure.
I got to tell you, Josh, it's a great story. I know others have told the story, but what you've done and who you are and the productivity, you even maybe with your play and style rallied others that were at the wide receiver position to want to try to catch up to where you were. You were overlooked, and now you're basically all but an All-American. Did you ever think you had that in you?
I'm gonna be honest. Coming out or coming to Baylor, I really think really All American and all that stuff really wasn't on my mind. If I'm being honest, like I said, coming in as a walk on, my sole focus was to get that scholarship and then just see what would happen beyond. So I'm just honestly truly blessed and just really truly thankful for all the coaches that have just kind of mentored me and got me to this point. And so it's definitely an awesome feeling, and I'm just super grateful to be in this position, coming from walk on to this point. So it's awesome.
So, Josh, I don't know how much you can talk about it, but yesterday the program landed a big local commit from wide receiver in London Smith, and just in the last 20 minutes, they've landed Jamarion Vincent from Connolly, big-time four-star prospect. I don't know if you can even talk about those guys, but in general, what kind of momentum do you feel?
I don't think you could talk about them specifically, but you could talk about the momentum.
In general, what kind of momentum do you feel about just the way things are going and kind of the wave of energy that the program has at the moment?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think that just goes back to what I was talking about before, the team last year and just all the hard work, effort, and just belief that we put into that season. So I think with our team, when the guys inside the team start feeling that, it just starts spreading like wildfire. So not only were the people inside the team seeing it and inside the program, people around the country and just all over starting to see it. So I think that definitely plays a good effect, and you can definitely just feel the energy, the momentum, and just kind of that feeling of what Baylor once was, and how we're getting back to that true Baylor, the true Baylor swag, I guess you could say. So it's real cool though, for sure.
Josh Cameron, Baylor wide receiver, and let's not forget a great punt returner too with us on 365 Sports. Josh, you I don't know if it was your sophomore year, Baylor went to Lubbock and won. And I think you started that game. And I believe I don't know if you were still a walk-on at that point because I don't remember exactly when they were awarded. But I was told that when you came out of that game, you were kind of down. That you didn't, you had to start, you didn't play well, you were kind of letting that kind of maybe frustrate and overcome you a little bit. Do you remember that time, and what was that like? Was that one of your lowest points of your career?
I actually do remember that now that you bring it up. So I think, what was it? Yeah, so it was the Texas Tech game, and I remember I had an opportunity. I think I dropped like a touchdown pass or something like that, or something bad went wrong, and I just remember that kind of stuck with me. And it was just kind of getting me down, and I was feeling, basically, I was really just self-absorbed and all into myself. But kind of looking back and kind of moving forward from that moment, I realized that it's truly bigger than myself. And I think in the position I'm in today and how I've just grown over the years, I know that at the end of the day, as long as we win, like, I'm happy. So I think really from that moment, I remember I had talked to my mom. She was just telling me, like, it's going to be okay. You're going to bounce back and just keep on moving forward because that's all you can do, and that's what you've been doing your whole entire college career. So I think just that really propelled me forward and just to take a next step and just completely change my perspective because it's really not about me at the end of the day. So, but like I said, same thing has happened kind of in past seasons or even this past season where I haven't had the best game, but hey, we won the game. So I'm truly happy. I'm happy for the guys that did their thing on the field that just truly excelled because I can have the best game there is, but if we don't win, then, you know what I'm saying, people won't remember. Like, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, I think that moment was really a good just growth for me overall, for sure.
Josh, what would you rather do? Because I'm sure, I know, you've done a lot of because you're an excellent punt returner. But look up and catch that punt knowing that the gunners are coming at you and you kind of hangs up there in the air for a minute, or would you rather be the first guy to fall on a fumble?
Interesting. I would say punt return. You got to be punt return for sure because there's an opportunity. I think possessing the ball is cool. But then with punt return, there's also opportunity to put points on the board at the same time. So I got to go punt return. Also, like you said, I am a punt return too, so I do have a little bit of bias.
Yeah, but like the bottom of a pile And look, I was on, like, in high school, it is a genuinely scary place, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it can get rowdy for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know what's going to happen to you. You don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely, I got to go with punt return. Like I said, it is a little nerve wracking at first. But like I said, once you rep it a whole bunch of times, you kind of get used to the timing and the flow of things. And like I said, you don't even think about it anymore. So, yeah.
Your mother, who obviously the relationship, she's very proud of you, as she should be, and she listens and watches our show occasionally. She just adores you as mothers do. But I asked her, I said, can you kind of give me a description of your relationship with Josh, because we're going to have him on today. And she brought up she went through hell at the end of 2023. And she sent me a picture that we're sharing with you and your mother, Andrea, that at the hospital. I mean, double lung transplant. And then she also went into cardiac arrest or whatever at the same time. Not whatever. What was that time like for you, seeing her like that and also watching her fight for her life?
Oh yeah, for sure. No, it was definitely a big, heavy emotional time for not only me but my entire family. But I just remember at that time, I honestly thought everything was kind of normal. Because my Nana and my aunt were basically protecting like me and my brother, from telling us about the cardiac arrest. So I just thought, I was like, I mean, I guess this is a part of a double lung transplant, not learning how to walk, learning how to speak again, all that stuff. And then, it was like, maybe like a month or two after, my mom, she started talking, walking, things like that again. Or not, I guess still learning how to walk, but she was talking, all that stuff. But yeah, she just came out and told us, like, yeah, I went through cardiac arrest for 19 minutes. I was just like, what? So yeah, it was definitely a crazy, scary time. But I'm honestly so glad that she just persevered through it all. You know what I'm saying? She tells me all the time about how much of a trying time it was in her life and how she's never been through something like that before. And I think that just kind of encouraged me even more, knowing what my mom is going through. So I remember like going through like spring workouts during that time, and I was just like, man, like this is nothing compared to my mom. Like, I got to keep going. I got to keep doing this for her. Like this is nothing basically. So, and she was saying the same thing about my workouts basically, and we were kind of just basically feeding off each other's energy and just really just growing and getting better together. So it was definitely a real emotional time. But you know what I'm saying? God just has given her a testimony now, and she's just spreading her testimony to others and just encouraging others to put your faith in Jesus Christ, because that's all you can do at the end of the day. So yeah, no, it was definitely scary, but I'm truly thankful to have her still in my life for sure.
How often did you go see her in between, like the I guess the series of spring workouts, and drive down to Houston to go see her?
Oh yeah, so couldn't really do it like during the week because school and there's just not a lot of time. So I'd really just try and go during the weekends to go and see her. Usually leave like Friday night, stay a little bit Saturday, and then come back on Sunday, go to church and things like that. So it would mainly be the weekends, to be honest. But she would always try and tell me, like, don't worry about me, just keep on going, things like that. I'm like, sure, of course I'm gonna worry about you. I got to see you, my mom. I got to see how you're doing. So, but no, that was kind of like the main time I was going to see her. It was really just the weekend. One
of your hobbies is you run a car detail business. Is that correct? And how did you get into that?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I'm really big into cars in general. One of my friends back home, his name's Will. He's the one that actually got me into cars. Really back during like COVID, to be honest. Got me looking at cars, different things like that. So I was just thinking and just kind of, surfing YouTube like you like to do every now and then. And I just saw like kind of car detailing, like, satisfying car detailing videos. And they just kept popping up. I was like, this is kind of cool. Like, how do I get into this? And just started doing research. And I was like, like this is a low cost basically to start. And there's there's great returns if you really just stick with it. So, I just decided to start a car detailing business to be around cool cars and just make them look clean again type deal. So, that's really how I got into it. Just scrolling YouTube one day, something piqued my interest. And so, it's been real fun, though, for sure.
Who was the friend that got you interested in that?
His name's Will. He's back in
okay.
He's back in Austin. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is Silva?
Oh, that's my new car I got, actually. That's what I named her, Silva.
Everybody has a name for their car. Have you seen Calvin Simpson Hunt's car yet? Is he in town yet? The young cornerback from Ohio State. Have you heard about this one?
I've not seen his car yet.
He has, what would you guys call it? It's a Marvel car.
It's the Black
Panther, and it is.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's bringing that down from Columbus, and he didn't want anybody to try. He didn't want to pay anybody to take it or move it down here because he didn't want anyone to get near it. So you're going to have to negotiate with him about maybe your detail. He is.
I got to talk to bro for sure.
It's unbelievable. We can't show it to you because you can't see the video. It is incredible. The Black Panther car that he has, that he's bringing down from Columbus, Ohio. Now, every young boy growing up thinks they're going to play Major League Baseball, depending on what years or what decades. And did you tell your mother and your parents that you were going to be able to play pro football even back in elementary school? And do you remember that dream back then?
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, I remember, I think, how old was I? I was probably honestly around 5 or 6. And, you do little assignments in like elementary school, like what do you want to do when you grow up? And that's always been my thing, NFL player. So ever since I can remember, honestly, I've always told my parents, like, yeah, I'm gonna make it to the league. I'm gonna play for the Cowboys. I'm gonna do this and that. And so, it's always been a dream of mine for sure.
They need your help, Josh. They need your help.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They need all the help they can get.
No,
I'm a fellow tortured Cowboys fan, Josh.
It's all good. It's a little rough. Right now, but we're gonna come back stronger. We always do. It's all good.
Did catching punts, fielding punts, actually make you a better wide receiver, avoiding defensive backs?
Honestly, I would say probably, to be honest, because I think just that initial reaction of really punt return is just make the first guy miss and see what you can do with it after that. And so I kind of noticed that when it got to receiver, I started carrying that same mentality, like make the first guy miss and basically see what you can do after that. So I think they really go hand in hand, honestly. So I think it's been real cool to see really my receiver play, yards after catch kind of change after doing punt return.
I think it has. I mean, the distance and making people miss, that's a scary thing, catching a punt when the guys are coming down and they're coming down to knock the living hell out of you. No doubt about it. Has there ever been a time when you caught a punt where you were hit, or even when you were about to catch one, where you basically were all but knocked out?
There hasn't been a time like that. There has been a couple times in practice where I've gotten ran into, but it hasn't been anything crazy.
Mm-hmm.
No, it did actually happen I just remembered it in the Texas Tech game, where the dude ran into me on it was the first punt return. Yeah, he ran into me and we got the 15-yard penalty or whatever. So that's the craziest situation I've seen though in punt return.
I think you got to have a screw loose to be a punt returner. I really do. I think you got to, or the ones who are going down to cover kicks or whatever. But Josh, it's a great story. I know you still have many chapters you want to write. It was a nice way, despite the bowl loss, that the way you guys turned the season around, and I can sense, and I know you can, the excitement building for 2025. So good luck the rest of the offseason and into the rest of what you have this year.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
Thank you very much. Josh Cameron, Baylor wide receiver, with us on 365 Sports.